See, Unreal Engine. Marie's Room is a short game designed to be experienced in one session. No save games are supported. I should probably make sure it's actually captioning. Okay. Because we've talked about this a few times, but when I don't, that's when everything's broken. Sleep well, Glacier Wolf. Kind of has a Life is Strange vibe here. How's it going, Alyssa? TwitchBot showing hints of their old personality.
I didn't want to come back. Why would I, after all that's happened, even in here? So, where is the journal?
That's right, said customer. It's a roguelike. There's no save. Okay, can I turn down the mouse sensitivity? No. Okay. I mean, that'll still be okay. Sounds like I want this a little bit lower too, probably. But I walk this pace, and my mouse sensitivity is this high, so it's a little jarring, But we'll do our best with. Oh, the picture's changing. Eating ice cream. Okay. Local wine guide.
California crisp white wines. I'll need a crate of those when I get out of here.
'18 Science Fair, 2nd place. Weather forecast. It's 9 p.m. It's the year is 2042. It is sweltering. Good God, 100 degrees. I don't need to zoom in on the door. There we go.
No, that's her parents' room.
Well, okay, fine. No entry unless you're a tourist from the future. I feel like we might actually just be that. Welcome back, Kelsey achievement, apparently. Turn on the lights? No? Okay. They've got little glow-in-the-dark stickers that haven't faded. This is like the second game in as many streams that we've seen glow-in-the-dark star stickers that haven't faded. I had some of those like at my ceiling as a kid, and they were like super faded and did not glow in the dark anymore. Got a bunch of mirror shapes. Okay, sure. Can't interact with any of that, can I? No. And also boxes, but I mean, every game's gotta have boxes.
She wouldn't talk to me on the phone, so what else could I do? I drove all the way up there to Vancouver, freezing my ass off in that tin can of a car.
Kelsey's guilt trip. So we're in Orange Grove and we went to Vancouver. So do that, but then alright. We'll see how the voice sounds now. I always try to make the voices louder because they're always too quiet, but it's never quite enough.
Of course I knew it was her. Who else? There was only one thing to do. Get to Marie.
Get to Marie in Canada. So they just sent a postcard with a, there we go, totem. And just like there's no return address, just says Vancouver. And that was reason enough. There's the journal, there's a cat house. Even got a fancy little like burnt wood name tag there.
Hi, Kelsey. Yes, I'm talking to you. I know you've been reading my journal. Can I ever forgive you for what you did? Honestly, I don't know. I'm trying really hard, but I don't know how. Because I don't understand any of it. You are my friend, and I loved you unconditionally. I did what I did because of you, and I stood up to him because of you. But you, I don't know. Right now, I can't be near you, so I don't want you to confine me. I promise I'll be alright. Marie.
Except she wouldn't be. She would not be alright.
July of what year? I assume we are now back in the past. But there's still the cat house. Got Kelsey's backpack here. Got quite a vital collection. As well as some CDs chilling over here. Wait, what highlighted here? Oh, the phone, sure.
I thought I was so lucky. An adoring boyfriend, free burgers from the kitchen he worked in, sparkly things he bought me. I thought if I took care of him, he'd take care of me, and we'd get out, just in case I didn't get that scholarship. I had no idea where the money came from.
Arbor, yeah. Death Road to Canada, indeed. Orange peels.
Have you ever peeled an orange so juicy the drops erupted from underneath its skin like fireworks in the setting sun? The trees in Mr. Jones's garden had them. I used to live off his garden vegetables and fruit before I met Trevor. Disgusting, but cheap. I got used to them after I didn't want to go to the food kitchen anymore. The vicious taste of these meatballs still beat the humiliation of being served by Marie.
Frozen food ain't that bad, although maybe it is if it's not frozen.
That's Trevor's phone number. He called her. I knew he blamed her for everything, though she should have blamed him for what he did to her and Mr. Torres.
There's a hamburger phone right there.
I need to find the key. A 5-figure number.
Okay. Probably in the journal. They even got the second story slanted roof. Like, it's feeling very like Chloe's room from Life is Strange, right?
She loved being a birthday girl. Mr. Torres would take her shopping every year. She loved being a birthday girl. Mr. Torres.
It was a separate shopping bag. I had to check.
I couldn't afford a car, and Marie didn't want one, so we rode our bikes everywhere. I thought I looked silly, and with those damn sparkly shoes, I probably did. Yeah, I was losing my glamour status at school right there.
What were the like dots I saw come up? I guess just one of these things didn't load the text properly. Okay, the green eatery card.
The Green Eatery. Green as in with fungus. Yes, I am never eating Ayurvedic lasagna ever again. But some people must have liked Mr. Jones's cooking because he was out every night cooking his green stuff. Food rescue. Yeah, it was a good place to be until Marie showed up. I know she didn't mean anything by it, but the pity in her eyes. Worse than being hungry. Mr. Torres gave me my own set of keys, so I'd feel at home. I loved him for it, but every time I used those keys, I felt a pang of guilt. Every Tuesday, the food trucks would roll in. Me and Marie never missed Jorge's tamales. When I was a kid, Jorge would put some aside, just in case my mom was too drunk to feed me again.
The picture is starting to get painted.
She asked me why I was so angry all the time, and I told her because it's a dirty deal. It's Russian roulette and utterly unfair. The cards I'd been dealt, any player would have passed. I chose to be angry instead. But Marie, my friend Marie, she got me a new deck and suggested I deal again.
That's pretty touching.
He had money, you see? He bought me things. I was gonna wear these to the prom. Fancy, right? At the time, I didn't know where the money came from.
Those are incredibly sparkly.
I'm not a shadow person. Yeah, it took me all I had to convince her she wasn't.
I'm not a shadow person. That's curious.
Marie insisted on saving these. She was going to make a new world with them. Whatever that was supposed to be. I've never actually seen her build anything.
See, I'm not the only person that saves boxes, okay?
There's no such thing as food waste. And don't I know it? The smell of garbage will be in my nose forever, and the taste of it in my mouth. I swore I would never be that hungry again. I didn't care what it took.
I believe we were in Marie's room and then, like, that was in the future, and then we teleported back to the past that's gonna now tell the story that actually gets to the point that was in the future. So I think we're in Kelsey's room. Well, no. This isn't Kelsey's room. Kelsey was living here. Well, not living here necessarily. We don't have enough information to actually fully say these things. But so this is Marie's house. Marie Jones, right? That's no, Marie Torres. Who's Jones?
Yeah.
That gave us the keys then.
Mr. Torres gave me.
Oh no,
my own
Mr.
set of
Torres. Okay,
keys,
never mind.
so I
Jones
feel
was
at
the
home.
owner
I
of the Green
loved him
Eatery.
for it.
Okay.
But every time I used
Yes.
those keys, I felt a pang of
I
guilt.
thought that said Mr. Jones on those keys and was confused for a second there. Okay, so yes, the Marie's dad, like, we were really good friends with Marie, and we would be here all the time. And we are Kelsey, and this is Marie's room. Smoking jar.
She hated my cigarettes. Every time I felt like going out and buying a pack, she made me put the money in that money jar. One day, that money would pay for our gas to drive to college. We only needed money for the one way. I ended up using it to get to Vancouver. I didn't like that she kept the stone. Why did she have to be reminded? I told her I was sorry, but she said it was for me, to remind me. Torres and Marie were robbed in their own house, not long after we met at Food Rescue. He was stabbed, almost died. She was knocked out with a baseball bat. She was in the hospital for a while, stitches, concussion. She still had headaches, she said.
Okay. Have you seen this man? A string of
Have you
burglaries.
seen this man? Yeah, I've seen him.
Was that her boyfriend then? With that snark tone?
That's Marie's birthday. That's weird. I guess she wrote it down for that Ben guy, for her pizza and movie party. Alright, I might have been a little jealous.
Rubik's Cube.
Hated that thing. Chemistry holds no surprises. Love that.
Just like trying to think if I would recognize that structure. It looks almost familiar, but I don't got it. I'm not sure.
Yes. The science project. Of all people, they chose to pair me with the girl from Food Rescue. Outrageous. But I got over it and chose to work my ass off. I had to if I wanted to get that scholarship.
Theories of time travel. If you have a wormhole, then you can turn them into time machines for going backwards in time.
She wouldn't stop about time travel and black holes and stuff. I just wanted to do something simple. Calculate shit. Boring is what she said. Her, the weird kid, ducked boring. So yeah, we settled on antimatter, because who wants to be boring?
There's the chemical Anvar. Dink.
Mr. Torres. Thick as thieves, those two. Ever since Lorraine died, they only had each other. Marie was suffering when he was in intensive care. That was a nasty knife wound.
Would that text have been different if I hadn't looked at the drawer first? Or would it just be suddenly a knife wound and me be wondering?
Trevor. What an asshole. After we broke up, he got violent sometimes. One day, he dragged me through the school hall by my shirt until one of Marie's geek friends stopped him. Ben, I think it was. He got a lot of shit for it later. She must have written it down here somewhere.
I'm not a shadow.
Damn,
Wait.
what's the password again?
Wait, I thought it was a shadow person? Was it shadow person? Alright, well, we got a low resolution kitty gif. Why is it so low resolution if it's modern enough that they're playing with a tablet? Does it add up? It doesn't add up.
One day, I just had to know. What's up with all the cats? She said she admired them. That they were who they were without any pretense. That they had no fear of confrontation. She wanted to be more like them. When Bumblebee went missing, Marie cried for days. She thought I couldn't hear her at night. I could never prove it, but I'm sure it was Trevor. Marie, what were you thinking? You know that's illegal. does someone need to get hurt before we step up and act, for Christ's sake? If they had, none of this shit would have happened, and no one would have died.
From Mr. Phillips to Marie. Hi, Marie. It grieves me to hear that this is how you feel, but I'm afraid there's not much I can do at this stage. I understand you are alarmed and feel unsafe, but Trevor has not broken any school laws, nor has he hurt anyone. I would like to invite you and Trevor into my office to see if we can start up a conversation between the two of you. Let me know when you're ready to talk. You know where to find me. Principal Philip.
Oh no. Why didn't you tell me, Marie? No wonder you were so frightened. We never should have gone to the Orange Grove.
Good God. Both at the same time, Church. Alright, it's 2018. Taurus Wi-Fi. Looks like we can check the journal, and we checked, I think, everything else. There's a little panda trash can. That's cute, but it's also too small. Trash cans need to be bigger than that. Oh, wait, there's a bike basket.
Trevor was never far off, though. When Marie and I rode our bikes through dark nights just to get a taste of those perfect oranges, I knew he was lurking in the shadows. I never told her, but I think that's how he found us. He followed us back to the room.
I'm a vampire. So many games that I'm a vampire in.
I loved skinny dipping, but Marie insisted on wearing this thing. Really, I mean, it was Mr. Jones's pool, after dark. No one would ever come close to the freak. And he wasn't there, just to be clear. But someone else was. She once asked me, "Don't you ever dream, Kelsey?" And I said, I don't dream. I plan. What I didn't tell her was that I wouldn't allow anyone to mess with those plans.
Thymine was the molecule on Vine. Hey, big hunkin' burger. I'm still a little, I don't know if aghast or impressed is the better word, that you've stuck with that meme name for so long, sir. But thanks for the raid. Hey there, Kroger. We're playing kind of a light, well, we're basically doing a indie grab bag tonight. We're trying out some new games. This one is called Marie's Room, and it's like a walking simulator narrative thing that, I don't know, vaguely reminds me of Life is Strange a little bit so far. High school kid saves classmates from hunger. After that school article, people kept asking me why I did it, as if I were some kind of hero. It's so stupid. I kept telling them the same story. Aren't they sick of it yet? Maybe I should publish a book, my life story, so they'll stop bugging me. Crazy people. Here, for the last time. Last fall, I caught a kid stealing someone's lunch from a backpack. As he stuffed the sandwich in his mouth, our eyes locked. He panicked, dropped the food, and ran. I never realized some of my classmates were actually hungry, so I joined Food Rescue to help. There, the end. Everyone satisfied? We're 17, so this was about a year ago. We had a party today, celebrating 3 years of Food Rescue. Everyone was there, all those happy, familiar faces. Loved it. Kelsey came in. I never took her for one of the hungry. I don't think she knows my name, but everyone knows hers. She's gorgeous. It surprised me, is all. I could see the shame in her eyes when she had to accept the bag of groceries from me. Still, I couldn't take my eyes off her. If this world allows someone like Kelsey Jackson to be hungry, it must be everywhere. So I'm going to fight it, with everything I've got. And then yeah, this is where she gets put on the team. OMG. there's no way to say that without feeling awkward. They put me on Kelsey's team. My heart races when I stop to think about it. Don't think she's all that pleased, though. I wonder whether she remembers me from the food rescue. God, I hope not. I feel so connected to her. Isn't that weird? I'd love for us to be friends. She's just amazing. Can't wait to start working on our science project. Did you get that? Our project. I feel like I'm going to explode from excitement. December, so this is another 2 weeks or so. I screwed up, but I was worried. I'm still worried. And what else could I do? Kelsey hasn't been to food rescue in a while, and I just wanted to make sure she wasn't hungry or something. So I offered her my sandwich. Why did I do that? Now we'll never be friends. Good one, Marie. Really, really well done. She looked at me like I was crazy and walked out. And now we're behind with the project, too. Hope we make the deadline. And then a couple weeks later, close to Christmas. Just stop! Why do you keep writing this shit? I know there isn't much news in Orange Grove, but it's been ages. Not literally, but, you know. They are never gonna find them. I wish everyone would just stop, leave us alone, so I can forget that whole god-awful night. Some think my dad was a hero for trying to stop them. Truth is, we never saw them coming. When that guy jumped and stabbed my dad, something snapped and I would have punched him, scratched his eyes out. I swear. I think I could have killed him. But the other one got to me before I even knew there were two. I never saw their faces. Neither did my dad. So they never caught them. Nothing was different. We're all just matter. That's what Kelsey keeps saying, and she's right. But matter is also life, and life is something we need to take care of. She likes to be out on a limb. She says she's got nothing to lose. Bam. She didn't even realize what she was saying. Or maybe I'm too sensitive. Guess that'll show me to believe that we were friends. Guess I am a shadow person after all. I think she's gonna break her neck, by the way. See if I care. I love cats because they're not afraid to be difficult. Late January now. I'm trying to ignore the fact that all of Kelsey's cute stuff is paid for with Trevor's money. He is such a creep. I don't get what she sees in him. She says I'm jealous. As if. Thing is, she thinks she needs him to get away from all this, but she doesn't. She got away from her mom all on her own. Kelsey's the smartest, coolest, sweetest person you can imagine. She doesn't need anyone to get her out. She can do that all on her own. Too bad she doesn't believe that herself yet. We're going to be friends. Okay, I've calmed down a bit. That La night, she was with Trevor. And he is such a fucking asshole. She's different when she's around him. Not that it makes it all right. But she did come straight over to tell me she was sorry. She knows she was wrong. Broke my window with that damn rock. She said if I'd answered the call of the pebbles, she wouldn't have thrown the rock. She's been here ever since. Doesn't have anywhere else to go, really. Except for Trevor. I'm glad she'd rather sleep here. Right now, as I write this, she's on the bed going over some notes from class. I like having her here, and Dad's okay with it. Oh god, it's even harder to read over here. Oh, those sparkly shoes. She wears them all the time. It's gonna be, like, bad for your feet. Those like, how many inches on those heels? Last night the heels dug into my calf. That frickin' hurt. Have you seen those heels? Yeah, exactly. So I yanked them off her feet, and I told her not in the bed. She was amused. I can't think why. To be honest, I wish I was a size 9, because they look absolutely gorgeous. On Kelsey's feet, at least. When I tried them on, I looked like a little girl trying on mommy's shoes. March. You may have noticed, sweet journal, that there are less and less F words in these pages. I'm so friggin' proud. Ha! Only when I go berserk, like when Kelsey threw that rock through my window. Then it's hard to keep up. Did you know that as a little girl I used to curse abundantly? Trying to extend my vocabulary here. Doubt that it indicated intelligence, and I guess it looked cute, up to a certain age. But he said Mom hated it. So every time I used the F word, he made me put a piece of candy in the swear jar. Can't tell you how much that hurt, every time. Because I'd never see it again. I think he secretly ate it. He must have rejoiced. Yep, vocabulary extension again. Every time I swore like a madman. Mad woman. Must have. The effing swear jar, of course. She called me her friend today. I'm not a shadow person anymore. She's my friend. There's a lot in this journal, it would seem. Kelsey is so angry at the world. Like, all the time. It's kind of annoying, but I get it. We all have different stories to tell. So, as a friend, I did the only decent thing. I told her she could do anything she wanted. She just had to make it happen, not wait for it. I told her to deal again. Not drugs, the cards. Kelsey broke up with Trevor. Finally. She can do so much better than that total loser. He assaulted her in the school hallway. Of course, no one saw it happen, but he literally tore the clothes from her body. F! I promised not to swear, so there you go. But she's done with him now. Things can only get better. 2 days later, I think he's crazy. He keeps calling me at the most impossible hours. Just to yell at me. Calling me names, threatening me that if I don't let Kelsey go, he'll do this or that. As if I've got her tied up in here. I now unplug the phone when I go to sleep. Wait, so if this is 2018, why does she have a landline? That's my question. I know people still have landlines in 2018, but it's not common. I would especially think it's not common for a teenage girl, but May 19th. Today was a good day. Only 5 emails from Trevor. Only 5. I hope he's finally getting it. He's not coming back. He really holds me responsible for it. I can handle that if it keeps him away from her. When I saw him in the hallway this morning, he slid his finger across his throat again. If he wasn't such a scary-ass clown, I'd laugh. But he does scare me. I don't tell Kelsey these things. She shouldn't worry. Kelsey took me night swimming in Mr. Jones's pool. I was scared shitless the first time, but 2 beers and freshly picked oranges. Chill. Best night ever. Best nights. Plural! More of these orange band-aids. An IP phone connected to the landline. I mean, I guess that's possible. It was a freaking hamburger phone that looked like it was from like 1990 though. Yeah, exactly, Arbor. I did too. I did too. Could be a scary ass clown or a scary ass clown. Both actually fit in the context. Took me forever to convince Kelsey to ride a bike, because it ain't cool. Our rides are the best part of the day now, and on this day we rode through them, and on this day we rode them through Mr. Jones's orange grove, in broad daylight, We got home with a basket full of the juiciest golden oranges. I didn't even think about getting caught. Hey, Zimmy. Nothing was the same. So this was early June, now it's slightly later in June. They're not listening. I've tried every authority at school. I even tried the cops, but they just patted my shoulder. Poor little girl, still traumatized. Bump on the head didn't do her any good. Fuck! Yes, I'm swearing now. A jar full of candy. What should I do? I wish I could tell Kelsey, but she'd go insane and get herself hurt. Or worse, go back to him. Trevor is dangerous. Week and a half later. I know it's him, and there's nothing I can do. They never believe me. I don't think I'll ever see Bumblebee again. I can't sit still and watch. I'll have to be fearless. I found this site where you can buy guns off anyone. Not that I mean to shoot anyone, it's just... I don't know what to do anymore. It's for protection, you know? Isn't that what they say? Anyway, there was this guy who wanted to sell me this totally new 9mm. I'm meeting him out of town somewhere. A little shady, I admit, but with Trevor lurking around, I'll take my chances. So this is... Oh, also June 30th. There's been another home invasion. Just 2 blocks from here. They killed the woman this time. And the police think it's Trevor. Suppose it was him in our house? I can't wrap my head around it. It's too big. But Kelsey says it isn't true. That Trevor is a bastard, but would never commit such violent acts. Looking at that torn t-shirt, I think she might be in denial there. July 5th. I did it. I hope I'm not going to regret this. 2 days later. We needed this. Beer, water, and oranges. Like so many nights before Trevor. No, I'm not gonna let him spoil my night at the pool with Kelsey. He who shall not be named shall not be named. Not today. Oh, I thought there was one more. There's not currently, anyway. Alright. Yeah, see, it's hamburger phone. Oh, we need the key for the case still, right. I wasn't even thinking about looking for that. 5 digits? Did we see anything that would match? I assume we can't just, like, leave, right? Yeah. 5 digits. Oh, we got these big numbers here, actually. Are there enough of those? 3? That was 9, 3, 9, 5... Question mark? There's even a picture of a lock here, but we don't have the last one. I mean, we could brute force the last one, though. So there's 3, 9, 5... Oh, that's only 3. There's 5 digits. No, there's 5 digits. That is at least somewhat implied, Astro Ninja, but there's a couple of ways it could have gone down. Are there any other solid indicators anywhere? Alright, well, we got 395. Are there any other numbers that we've seen?
Sometimes it got so hot, this thing wasn't doing it anymore. Then we'd take off to Mr. Jones's swimming pool. That night, I guess he must have seen us. Marie always dreamed about going to Europe. I don't think she ever went.
Ah,
La La Land. That movie was a shit piece of crap. Glad Trevor snuck us in. I don't think I could have handled wasting $20 on that. Never thought I'd see Marie there. Then again, she always was a dreamer. I bet she loved it. She never realized I didn't want to be her friend in public.
the dates are how we order them. Where's a good piece of paper? Well, this is not a good piece of paper, but it's a very small piece of paper, but it will work probably. So it's 395, and this is a 4 at 214. Oh, there's a QR code on this too. I guess I actually have the ability to scan QR codes now too, don't I? I've got a modern phone, if I can face this the right way. Let's see. We're figuring out Kelsey and Marie's lives and why Marie feels Kelsey betrayed her, and what happened with Marie and Trevor, and why there was a trip to Vancouver, and why everything. Alright, let's see. Well done, you. Well done, you. Thank you so much for playing Marie's Room. Okay, that's the text in the QR code. And, wait, if you click on the link, it just tries to add a note? I don't need to save a note that says, well done, thank you for playing Marie's Room. I mean, it doesn't seem particularly necessary. Oh, no, that's just to share the QR code. Okay. Just basically, well done, you. Okay. Alright, so we could brute force it now if we wanted to. Let's see. So that's November. Although we don't actually know which digit's missing, do we? Oh, this is now here. We added it here, so it actually put it in the right order there. In fact, was this here before? I don't think this was here before. Like, yeah, when it said journal was updated. Yeah, okay. I finally got to see La La Land. They showed it on Classic Night at the theater. I went with Ben. Loved it. Kelsey was there too. I was so happy to see her. I actually friggin' hugged her, and she pushed me away. Asked me what I thought I was doing. And that Trevor asshole was enjoying the show. And her stupid cheerleader friends. Alright, so we could probably guess. Could we guess? The last one, I think, is the one that's missing. Do we want to brute force it or do we want to hunt for it? Have we? Is there anything we haven't seen? Let's do an initial look around. He kept the stone. There wasn't
She asked me
anything
why I was so
on the
angry all
note
the time.
there. Yeah. Okay. Looked at the takeout menu. Looked at the cards. Fermi Paradox. Why'd the music stop?
Lorraine, Marie's mom, died when she was 5. My mother, she might as well have been dead. She looked more dead than alive, anyhow. Passed out on the couch, empty bottles of gin on the floor.
Oh, I can actually look at this. Oh no, I did
It's
look at
Marie's
this.
birthday.
It's a weird looking light. It almost looks like a LED shaped like a CFL ball. Library. Hey, cute ghost friend. Welcome to the stream. That was the password for her laptop. A little note that says, I am not a shadow. Or a shadow person, yes. Sunglasses.
I wore those a lot. Not to protect my eyes, but to hide them. I didn't want anyone to know.
Greetings, Zapper Gandhi.
Mr. Torres loved that beer. After the robbery, he only had a couple left. Apparently they were hard to come by. Still, we decided to try a bottle once. Marie loved that label. She drew it in her journal. I remember that. All that
Right.
happened later that night, I'm not sure. Maybe I don't want to remember.
That sounds like our last number. Yep. It's pretty sneaky. Because if you're looking from this side, you're not gonna see that at all. We found it, though. We found it. No worries, cute ghost friend. Perfectly reasonable suggestion. Yeah, so last number is 1. So there's one other update, I think. Was there anything relevant? Oh, that's sunglasses. These are the good times that make me forget. All my troubles seem so far away. Wait a minute. Is that a song? It is indeed. Alright, I think that's all of the things.
I need to find the key. A 5-figure number.
Oh, no, that one's...
Yay! Good work, Kelsey. Oh my god.
Hello,
Yes,
gun.
The future is indefinite and exists only as a spectrum of possibilities. Stephen Hawking said that. I wish it were true. But there was nothing I could do about the past. It was definite as hell. Sometimes I didn't get Marie. I really thought a night by Jones's pool would help her relax. She used to love it there. But she insisted someone had been watching us. I just wanted to have a good time, and she was ruining it, so I said some things I shouldn't have. She just stood there, staring at the window. I was so annoyed. And that's when I knew she'd been right. Trevor. Right there in the room. He'd just come in through the open window. How did he find us? He didn't know where Marie and I lived. I always made sure of that. But he took an orange from his backpack and started peeling it. It had been Trevor by the pool, and he'd followed us home. He said to Marie, "I told you not to mess with me." But still, I didn't get it. No, it wasn't until he started moving in on her that I realized it was Marie. He was after Marie. He blamed her for everything, and he had a knife. I'd never seen him so angry, so evil. Marie tried to get it away from him. He asked her why she never answered her phone. Did she not read her emails? Or did she think they were hollow threats? God, I just wanted to punch him with anything I could lay my hands on. My backpack. I smashed it against his wrist, knocking the knife out of his hands. Marie went for it, but Trevor was faster. He kicked her in the head. I dove for the knife, but he jumped me. As we struggled, he hissed, "Didn't I get enough action yet? Maybe I needed another baseball bat to get my kicks." I stopped, because right then I knew what he was up to. He asked Marie about Mr. Torres. Was he all right? Did he still get stomach aches? Marie lay on the floor by the bed, in shock, realizing it had been Trevor who almost killed her father. Then Trevor looked at me, added with a smile. And her. That's when it all went to pieces. Trevor ripped us apart, and he was enjoying it. Marie didn't understand. I tried to explain, apologized, but she wasn't listening. She kept asking me if I'd been there with Trevor, in their house. Trevor stirred things up even more. He told her it was me who had hit her over the head with a baseball bat, that I'd enjoyed it. I screamed in frustration, "No, that's not what happened." Tears streamed down Marie's face. She couldn't believe I would do that. Hurt her deliberately. God, I wanted Trevor to stop talking. I attacked him, scratched his face, hit him wherever I could. I hated him. He was twisting everything. I wanted to tell her that I was sorry. Yes, we robbed the house, and we got caught by Mr. Torres, but I never meant for anyone to get hurt. I didn't smash Marie's head. I panicked. I wanted to stop her from seeing me. When I realized how badly injured she was, I called the police. I tried to stay, but Trevor wouldn't let me. He pulled me by my hair into the van. But Marie wasn't listening. I was losing it, and I like to think I beat Trevor up pretty good. But Trevor punched back harder and faster. He was about to crack my skull. Marie clawed for the box beside her, opened it. She screamed, told us to stop, pointed that 9mm at us. Trevor went nuts, charged for her. She screamed, told him to stay back. She'd never shot a gun in her life. She wasn't going to start now. Trevor grabbed her by the shoulders and... What do you think you remember is not necessarily what really happened, or how others remember it. But Trevor fell back on the carpet, dead. That we all remember.
So that assumption was correct. Answer the phone. Sure.
Mom, where are you? Did you get the journal?
I'll be down in a minute.
Here, Marie. here. She threatened to smoke a cigar. In your car.
Don't let her. Don't let her smoke. I love that car.
She knows you do. Get down here, Mom. You're taking, like, forever.
I'll be down in a minute.
Bring the journal.
Of course I knew it was her. Who else? There's only one thing to do. Get to Marie. She wouldn't talk to me on the phone, so what else could I do? I drove all the way up there to Vancouver, freezing my ass off in that tin can of a car.
Back in the future present. And just honked.
Is that me? Oh my god, the hair. What was I thinking?
I think there's probably some other stuff we didn't look at the first time. Because I don't think I even realized I could look at some of it. They're still hawking. Hold on, there's things to look at.
Look, Mr. Torres. I'm happy he finally got remarried. A honeymoon in the Bahamas. Wish I was there with them.
I regret food rescue. I regret the science project. I regret it all. My father could have died. Because of me. My inability to pick real friends. Kelsey never was who she said she was. I never really knew her, it turned out. It's all been bullshit. I'm so stupid. I should have realized it that La night and walked away. For good. Because someone died. Right in this room. I made him die. I pulled a trigger. Made a bullet pierce his head. Made his blood soak the carpet. Drip through the cracks into the floor, where it will remain forever. To bear witness to what I'm capable of. I can't stay here. Am I the same me? I don't know anymore. I have to fix this. Fix me. Away from her. I have to focus on the positives in my life and stop questioning myself. Why did she do it? Why did I do it? Did I deserve this? Am I an evil person? A killer? I shot him in the head, for Christ's sake. I could have gone for his leg. Dad calls them intrusive thoughts. I say they're the truth. I'm stronger than I look. I can do this. I'll go up north to Uncle George, as Dad suggested. Nice and cool up there. I'll be able to think and finish high school. I'm leaving this journal here because I need a clean slate and fresh pages. I'm sorry. Dear Diary, maybe I'll send for you someday, when all of this is long over, and I've dealt with being a murderer. Further context for the prompt to Kelsey there. Were you gonna smoke that cigar? 2042.
What, more than 100 again today? Glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Don't need to go in there. That's the bathroom.
Maybe I need to go before we go on this trip? Yep. I mean, we knew it was gonna be a short game there, but yeah, I think that was worth experiencing. There's there's some emotion there, some feelings, some interesting thoughts. And yeah, I mean, Marie did the right thing in the situation, but that doesn't... those sorts of feelings of guilt can absolutely happen regardless, you know, like it's not just because, like, to an outside observer or friends or anyone tells you did, like, what you had to do or whatever, that isn't gonna stop those sort of feelings of guilt. Can take a lot to get over some trauma like that. Can take a lot to get over smaller traumas than that, for that matter, right? I thought the note with the deck of cards was especially, like, touching. Well, we have done 3 new games today. Do we swap back to something normal, or what are we feeling at this point, huh? Yeah, perhaps Cute Ghost. There's a fine line with going into, like, more direct truths or, like, elaborating on those situations, because if you do it bad, it's way worse than not doing it at all. Like, that makes me think of what, Ninja Pizza Girl, I think it's called, which, like, has this, like, anti-bullying message, and that's, like, good at all, but, like, it's so ham-fisted that it really just comes off kind of cheesy and detracts from any message that they're trying to give. So you really need a deft hand to pull stuff like that off and do it well. So I mean, they kind of, I guess, like, touched on it, but yeah, didn't go into depth in that. Like, I think it still has some amount of weight, some amount of meaning in that realm. So I think it's still, I don't know, does some worthwhile stuff in that regard. Well, Little Medusa Zapper was, it seemed potentially fine, but, like, it was maybe just a demo or something. Like, we only had the first zone, so it was over very quickly. Lines was a very minimalistic, casual puzzler that, you know, was like comfy, but it was too easy for my tastes anyway. Yeah, that's true too, ZZT, right? Like some vagueness in that regard, like, does let the player kind of connect the story to them, their own experiences. And it's always a murky thing, like with storytelling. Like if you're telling a story, I want there to actually be a coherent story. Like this is kind of a side tangent on that thought. Like I don't really enjoy when a story is like, well, there's all this vague stuff that the viewer or player can fill in to make up their own mind about what happened and stuff, but like there's not actually enough there to have like a meaningful, like, coherent story that ends up just being kind of frustrating and not very interesting to me. To be clear, not to bag on anyone that likes that sort of storytelling, but it's not for me. Like I don't really like it. Like, say, I don't know, Serial Experiments Lain or the lore-based storytelling of Dark Souls or stuff like that. And to be clear, I'm also not saying that's what happened here. There was a complete coherent story in Marie's room. Is there any game between lions and snakebirds, man? I don't know. There's probably no game that's a puzzle game harder than lions, easier than snakebird. You're right. Like, there's a niche you could fill it. Only every other puzzle game I've ever played fits that description, probably. But I've probably played easier games than Lions. And I mean, if I didn't have my, experience with games and stuff in general, Lions might have also been a little bit harder. Yeah, Arbor, exactly. That's true, ZZG. That is true. The game does specifically call out like the telling that we're receiving as the player is potentially not exactly how everything went down. And that's just true too. Memories are incredibly fallible, and that can be hard to accept. I have a very hard time accepting that. Like, I remember one time in my life where, like, it was pointed out that, like, what I was saying was just very clearly wrong. Like, here's, like, clear evidence what you're saying is, like, wrong. And it just, like, it kind of, like, broke me for, like, several seconds. I was just like, but my memory is so clearly telling me this. Like, how can I be this wrong? Like, I can't even, like, process this. Formal. Anyway, I guess I'm probably leaning towards kind of a regular standby thing at this point. How do we feel about some Slay the Spire? I'm potentially open to other suggestions, but I mean, we've we got achievements. We got 5 of 7 achievements. What did we miss? We did not find all of the journal entries or every story object. We were pretty thorough, I felt, but still missed at least something. Still missed at least something. It'll happen at some point in the moderately the medium future, Zapper, but not tonight. Gamma. Yeah, that's how I felt about it, Iron Furs. That's how I felt about it. There wasn't really enough there to actually make it a coherent thing. Like, it still had some interesting ideas. I didn't, like, hate Lane, but it was ultimately kind of because it didn't Didn't actually connect those dots. Didn't actually connect those dots. Yeah, like, well, it's interesting because, like, an eyewitness in itself, like, the general public kind of thinks of that as, like, the gold standard, right? You had someone that saw what happened, like, they can tell you exactly what happened, you're good to go, but yeah, that's not true at all. It's still incredibly fallible and could have a lot of problems with that for sure. I don't remember the episode titles. All right, hold on. We need to grab ourselves a unique way to say "Slay the Spire" here. We got options for sure. How about Crash the Tower? We're going with Crash the Tower tonight. Yeah, exactly, Esther. Exactly, but like even if you're taking lies out of the equation entirely, it's still so easy for our memories to be wrong. I still, despite that, kind of hold memories as a bit sacred is maybe the best word there. Like any sort of story that involves like screwing with memories like always really gets to me a lot. Like Reader, or I guess ROD, the TV, so the Read or Die TV series anime, or like the movie Memento. Yeah. Dungeon games or tower games? Probably dungeon, but there's some towers out there for sure. Let's see what we got for tower. No, I've only got 2 tower games. I've got Towerfall Ascension and Tower Climb. Yeah, exactly, Aster Ninja. Yeah, and it's the complicated, crazy thing. And yes, ZZT, exactly. The technical way it is currently known or understood to work is that you were remembering a memory of a memory of a memory. Like you're not directly remembering the event itself, which is weird. But throwaway jokes in Memento. Throwaway jokes. I don't remember Memento being particularly jokey at all. Let's see. Do we want to start up a run right now? Scenes that wouldn't hold up to rewatch. I don't know. I mean, I have only seen Memento once. I did watch it with a fair bit of scrutiny because it does certain things that made me rewind the video a little bit because I was very confused because the movie was screwing with me. Nice, Kay. Things are good. We just finished Marie's Room, which was pretty good. I don't know, like, such a little short, like, it's basically a short story, right? Like, it's hard for me to figure out how to rate something like that, but I think it was good. I think it was good. It was interesting and still, despite being very short, it still made me care about what was happening and was a bit touching, a bit emotional still.